Hello everyone. Jesus Christ's God. In this video I want to show you a good question that you can ask Trinitarians. Pretty much everyone agrees that Jesus Christ God is the Father and the Father alone. This is true in Trinitarianism as well. In Trinity world, only the Father is the God of Jesus. Jesus was a Unitarian. That's something they don't like to say in Trinitarian world, although they admit it's true. Jesus was not a Trinitarian. His God was not a three-person being. Jesus was a Unitarian. Only one person was the God of Jesus, the Father alone. But here's the other thing. Jesus also was not a binitarian and is not a binitarian. The Holy Spirit is not Jesus Christ God in the doctrine of the Trinity, as far as I can tell. In the doctrine of the Trinity, the Father is the one God, Jesus is the one God, the Holy Spirit is the one God. So if that's true, how is it that the Holy Spirit is not Jesus Christ's God? You have to think about this. The argument that Trinitarians make concerning everyone else is that the Father is God, Jesus is God, the Holy Spirit is God, and based on that fact alone, that must mean all three are our God. That's their argument. Then why isn't this true for Jesus? If the Holy Spirit is the one God, then why isn't the Holy Spirit the God of Jesus? In Trinity doctrine, there is only one God, and the Holy Spirit is that God. So if they're going to be consistent, they need to admit that the Holy Spirit is also Jesus Christ God. Maybe that's what they'll ultimately try to claim, I don't know. But at the moment, it appears that the Holy Spirit isn't Jesus Christ God in the doctrine of the Trinity, and only one person is. And if you really get to thinking about this, you'll see how this really betrays them. Some of you might have heard of a guy by the name of Sam Shamoun. He likes to debate the Trinity with Muslims. And so his excuse for this is that, well, the Holy Spirit didn't send Jesus, only the Father sent Jesus. Therefore, only the Father is Jesus Christ God. Yeah. Didn't think that through too well, I don't think. You know how in John, Jesus says this about the Holy Spirit? The Holy Spirit whom the Father will send? Okay, the Father must be the God of the Holy Spirit. Jesus also says this about the Holy Spirit, whom I will send to you from the Father. John 15:26. Looks like Jesus must be the God of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit must be a binitarian. Wow, what a deal we got going on here now. Jesus is a Unitarian. Everybody else is a Trinitarian or has a Trinitarian God. You know, that's the Trinitarian belief. Whether you believe it or not, your God is a three-person being. That's what they think. Except for Jesus, his God is a one-person being. And except the Holy Spirit, since the Father sends the Holy Spirit, and Jesus sends the Holy Spirit, then, according to Sam Shamoun's reasoning, well, then the Father and Jesus must be the God of the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit is a binitarian. So we got two people who aren't Trinitarians. Jesus is a Unitarian, the Holy Spirit is a binitarian, and everybody else has a three-person God, a Trinitarian God. Whew. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we first practice to deceive. What a mess. Sam Shamoun's excuse isn't going to work too well, is it? Let's forget about that. Was the Holy Spirit Jesus Christ's God? Actually, yes. Because that's the Spirit of the Father, his God. There is no separate third person. That's the Spirit of his God, God the Father. But in Trinitarianism, boy, that's going to be kind of weird if you're a Trinitarian. And Jesus has it that two persons are his God. He is a two-person God, the Father and the Holy Spirit. So what do? You just deny it. You deny your own reasoning on this occasion and just make up excuses why the Holy Spirit isn't Jesus Christ God. When the Spirit came down upon Jesus at the Jordan, the Spirit of the Father was abiding in him. And that's why he'll later say, the Father abiding in me does the works, right? You know it, and I know it. This is the kind of thing that Trinitarian doctrine leads to. Just a tangled mess. A mess of lies. And it's for that reason that, these things don't get brought up in Trinitarian world. They're inconvenient. And that's really one of the most interesting things about the reasoning of Trinitarian doctrine. Their logic and their reasonings. The biggest thing is what they don't say. If you really want to know if someone's lying to you, don't listen to what they do say. Listen to what they don't say and don't do. And then you'll see more clearly. You know how when you watch in court and there's a liar, a criminal on the witness stand, and he's trying to lie his way out of being proven guilty? And his defense lawyer is trying to spin doctor things like that too. Do you ever notice how they're trying to draw attention away from the facts? Both the defense lawyer and the defendant. They're trying to, draw your attention away from the facts. Disregard those facts, and they're trying to spin doctor a different picture so that you'll find him not guilty. That's what happens in Trinitarian world. They try to get you to hone in on, all the stuff they're babbling about so that you don't look and see all these other things, these other facts. Because when you do see them, the verdict is clear. Guilty. God bless you.